Hello, and Thursday I'm reacting to the Season 7 special features, which came out almost 3 years ago because I forgot about them. I've seen the bloopers and deleted scenes before, but I've only watched them one time. But the other special features like Lana's directorial debut and the And They Live Happily Ever After 20-minute featurette, I never watched those, so we're gonna watch those today. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna start with Lana's directorial debut.
Season 7 of Once Upon a Time came around. I thought, I'm gonna ask them if I can do this.
It's pretty exciting that such a massive episode for my character is being directed by my sister and my best friend and my co-star.
The outside is very appealing to any child who walks past it. Once you're inside, I wanted it to have this real, like, horror, decay, candy cobwebs. It's disgusting. And now directing, I literally have turned myself inside out and said,
Okay, I'm gonna deleted scenes next. Was it? Oh no, was it that messed up?
Yeah, of course. Why would you even say that?
Why is it so widescreen?
See, I thought that doll was just an old keepsake. Imagine my surprise to find my ever-scheming mother had put a camera inside it.
Yep.
So, Eloise is not your family. She killed our mother, and she is using you just like she used me. Oh, will you stop with the Charlie Manson? Anna is coming back home. But after everything you've put me through, that both of you put me through, the only person I can trust right now is me.
Ooh. Out of the 4 deleted scenes, there's only one good one. And they live happily ever after. Then we can end with the bloopers. Because I'm probably gonna cry watching this. I stayed up late to watch the WandaVision finale last night, and I cried a lot.
Once upon a time. Welcome, Smith. Once upon a time.
Just because you believe something doesn't make
They're wearing their series finale costumes, so they filmed this like the same time they did the series finale, the last scene. I already feel the tears coming.
I remember way back in casting,
Sure.
I was 10 and I've grown up a lot since then, clearly.
got a phone call one day when I was walking my dog with a bag of poo in my hand. My agent called
and said, "Hey, you booked it." I went, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." I was completely freaked out. I was like, I finally get to meet the people I've watched grow up, like Henry.
I remember after the first few auditions, I saw Lana in the room and she looked at me, she leaned in close and I was terrified because, I mean, she's Lana. I was 10 and she was all in her evil queen persona and she said, "You're gonna be my son."
The Queen may be evil, but being accepted into this massive fandom has completely and utterly changed my life. I feel like I have this extended family now.
One of our goals with the show was to create something that was unabashedly optimistic, that wasn't cynical, that was hopeful. And I think that
that's the Outlaw Queen
shippers. The
shippers.
fans who have stayed around for so long.
Once upon a time, it is an emotional experience, not only for us, but for you, the fans.
Oh, yeah.
And
we already know, and suddenly you care deeply about these characters
Jane!
who want things you can understand.
Amazing,
The creator
which was
of
the
Rum
episode
Bill.
about Red Riding
And that Outlaw Queen.
Red-handed.
my favorite filming moment on Once Upon a Time would probably be my
The
first
crocodile.
day.
Mm-hmm.
We got to sail out around the sound and through the mountains. And that was the moment.
Oh,
that
they
I
actually
saw
were in a
my
boat.
home. Wow.
Obviously they were in a boat, but I thought that it was like CGI because like usually their scenes, it's like CGI water and everything. They're not actually, you were actually in the water. That's pretty cool. Because the Poor Unfortunate Souls, that was CGI. Like, I mean, the boat was real, but like the water was fake. They weren't actually in the water. It was green screen all around.
There, for one last hurrah.
The pitch for the entire show when I sat down with Eddie and Adam was, what if the evil queen got her happy ending? And now she's getting her happy ending.
One of the amazing things about the show in general is that there was always room for it to grow in so many different ways.
Gosh, her short hair looks so good.
I think all of it. I also love the fact that there
Her
was this
like
freedom
Victoria.
of imagination that you could go anywhere, do anything I've ever had. Yes, I think that disqualifies
Red
you.
Warrior.
I got a kick out of Blue Whale, only because I said something about Blue Whale on Twitter, and I was like, I don't even know what shipping is. Like, I would be completely schooled in the whole matter. I plead the fifth on shipping. I'd like to live to see tomorrow.
And then seeing Jared literally growing
Literally
up.
growing up.
It was crazy. I mean, he was, I think, 11 when we started. Now, you know, he's 47.
Yeah, he's 47.
You know, it's
If I was to describe Once Upon a Time in one word, it would be Epic.
Wicked.
Villainous. Magical.
Magical. Magical.
Magical's been used already, hasn't it?
A magical location for me has always been Steveston, which is Storybrooke. It just it feels like the home of Once Upon a Time.
I need to go there. I need to visit.
So much has happened there.
We are on the Vancouver-Richmond City Tourist Board if you want a Storybrooke tour.
Even on those cold,
okay.
rainy days.
It's raining and you do not pick up your skirt because you're an evil queen. You just drag it through the mud. And then you
And
get
it's
some
wicking up. So you've got 3 feet of water, 2 feet of mud. So now your costume weighs 842 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm Gandalf. And, you know, and it's night.
The pilot where we're putting Snow White to sleep and she's in her coffin and Prince Charming comes running in. They wanted snow to come down and at the right moment,
that's
the
what Bashful
snow
sounds
did
like.
fall. It was real snow. We keep telling all the fans like yourself that yes, the snow is real. There's no CGI there. So thank you all of the filmmaking gods.
It was like Narnia. And
Yes.
the sky was
Oh my God.
pitch black.
Narnia reference. Oh.
But I would say the pumpkin patch from Price of Gold. That was.
Was it actually a pumpkin patch? She was in another movie, Hallmark movie, where there was a pumpkin patch that like her character's family owned.
And you had to build the fire. I remember we were all like, did that look cool? Like, was that you know, because you're like, yeah, it was like amazing. Like, it all turned out great. We go, acting is embarrassing.
Maybe it should be the good, the bad, and the Cruella. We're family. To the fans of Once Upon a Time, you are the most extraordinarily loyal, loving, giving, and sometimes deeply nutty in the best possible way people I've ever met. I adore you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for loving Cruella. And she says to you, thank you, darlings.
I'm very moved by all the times how deeply involved you are and what it means to you. It's a little scary on some level because there's a little throughout these 7 years and every episode that we worked on that you found love and joy and hope in, that it's inspired you.
It's inspired a lot of fan fictions.
Is the fact that you guys watch and you enjoy it and that you have built friendships and relationships around the show. It means so much to us.
Yep, we have.
All of the fan fiction.
Go on this ride with us is a thrill that I will take. It's
Sorry.
a thrill. It's her fault. It's a thrill that I will take with me forever. And it's a special thing. But things don't last forever. But the great thing about film and television is that they do last. And you can watch it
Over and over.
over and over again and have that experience.
Oh.
And they lived happily ever after.
And they lived happily ever after.
And they lived happily
Ever after.
Emily and Robert weren't in that special feature. It's double.
Benny's. Did you happen to swing by the Roman Bayou for Benny's yesterday?
I did.
Oh no.
I've had moments like that too. Like acting with food is like complicated because like you have to time it right, otherwise you're still gonna have a bunch of food in your mouth when it's your line. The amount of times I've had to still do a scene with like food still like in my mouth and just go with it and just hope that it's passable, or else we're gonna be doing this take all day and I'm gonna end up eating all this rice. That's what was in the scene. It was yellow rice. There's gonna be no food left for the scene. I'm gonna have to pantomime it.
She is the daughter of Captain Hook, not some feeble, spent pirate. That's Panda's face.
Don't move, Naveen.
He's not Naveen. Naveen's behind you.
Oh, you broke us once. No, she didn't.
No, she didn't. The bloopers were shorter this year. Season 7. That was all the special features. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below, wherever it is. And I will see you next time. Probably on TikTok. Goodbye.